Hello everyone, I'm Shimmi Sebastian and here I am with the third module of PPE'S for construction safety. For the last two parts, you can visit PMG Engineering YouTube channel where we were introducing the construction safety PPE'S, and the second module was dealing with specifically for face and eye protection. In this third module, we shall be talking about the PPE'S at construction site for respiratory protection. The module shall be inclusive of details like how we contract respiratory diseases in construction site, its type, and the protective methods. Lung is part of a complex system, expanding and relaxing thousands of times each day to bring in oxygen and send out carbon dioxide. Lung disease can happen when there are problems in any part of the system. Workers' respiratory system can be affected when hazardous material in any form comes in contact with ingestion, exposure to skin, and inhalation from the surroundings. Considering respiratory issues, there is a high incidence of respiratory problems, with the main cause being exposure to dust and respirable crystalline silica (RCS), resulting in silicosis. Other prevalent respiratory diseases among construction workers are COPD and asthma. While breathing, oxygen-rich air is taken into body through mouth and nose, goes down windpipe and to the lungs. The delicate air sacs in lungs then transfer the oxygen that is in the air into blood. At the same time, the oxygen is being absorbed into bloodstream. Carbon dioxide is being transferred from your bloodstream into the air sacs. When breathing out, the gaseous waste gets rid of our body. Types of hazard. Vapors. Vapors are substances that are created when a solid or liquid material evaporates. Material that evaporate easily at room temperature includes paint thinner, solvents, and gasoline. Dusts are formed whenever solid material is broken down into tiny particles. Dusts are often produced during sanding and grinding operations. Next is mists and sprays. These are very small droplets of liquid material suspended in the air. They are often produced by spray and coating operation. Next, fogs. Fogs are vapors which have condensed into tiny airborne particles or droplets. An example of hazardous fog would be an insect fogger used to get rid of industrial and residential areas of ticks and fleas. Gases. These are materials that become airborne at room temperature. Gases may have an odor, but many do not. Some gases can be seen, but again others cannot. Gases may be heavier than air or lighter than air. The fumes. Fumes can occur whenever a metal, plastic or polymer is subjected to a high heating during such processes such as welding and soldering operation. We looked into possible hazards and types of hazard that can affect our respiratory system. Now coming to important part, how to prevent or avoid hazardous situation at the construction site. Using of respirators is one major prevention method. Respirators are coverings consisting of air filtration units and are fitted very close to nose and mouth. The two types of respirators are air purifying and airline respirators. Air purifying respirators, also known as APRs, work by removing gases, vapors and aerosols that are droplets and solid particles, or a combination of contaminants from the air through the use of filter, cartridge or canisters. These respirators do not supply oxygen and therefore cannot be used in an atmosphere that is oxygen deficient or immediately dangerous to life or health. The appropriate respirator for a particular situation will depend on the environmental contaminants. Filtering face piece respirator half and full phase PPE'S respirator, and powered air purifying respirators, also known as PAPR, which are powered by electricity. While the airline respirators do not purify the ambient air but supply breathing gas from another source. A self-contained breathing apparatus SCBA typically has three main components: a high pressure air cylinder, example 2200 psi to 4500 psi, a pressure gauge and regulator, and an inhalation connection which includes mouthpiece, mouth mask or full face mask. These are connected together and mounted to a carrying frame or a harness with adjustable shoulder strap and belt, so it can be worn on the back. There are self-contained breathing apparatus, while supplied air respirators make use of a hose to deliver air from the stationary source. This is all for the respiratory system related PPEs in construction safety. Thank you all for your time and do wait for the fourth and the final module of PPEs in the construction safety.